Separated by a thick layer of one-way bulletproof glass, two worlds converged in silence. Val stood in the shadows of the observation room, his hands subconsciously pressing against the freezing glass. His breathing began to quicken. Although his expression remained unruffled, he was fighting against a tremor originating from the very depths of his soul. Meanwhile, the boy in the interrogation room, Leo, was staring fixedly at this side of the glass. Even though, according to the laws of physics, he could only see his own reflection, those eyes of his seemed capable of seeing through all illusions, reaching straight into the deepest fears of Val's soul. Standing before the glass, Val felt extreme pain and confusion in his heart due to this bizarre resonance.
It feels like a rusted key is being forcefully inserted into the long sealed lock of my memories. Why is it that looking at this child I feel sadness?
Jax keenly sensed the abnormality in his partner. He immediately furrowed his brows and took large strides closer.
Val, you look awful. Is this kid's gaze making you uncomfortable? I'll go test him out.
Val abruptly raised his hand, grabbing Jax's arm in a vice grip, firmly stopping his forward strides.
No, don't move.
Val's voice was hoarse, carrying a trace of a tremble. He stared fixedly at the boy. As his gaze deepened, Val felt a violent palpitation. The old, piercing wound on his chest, the unhealing scar left from his fall from heaven 1,000 years ago, actually began to ache faintly at this moment. It was not a physical pain, but a certain kind of resonance. The irregularly shaped bronze fragment hanging around the boy's neck was growing hot, emitting a high-frequency hum that only Val could hear. Without any warning, Val let out a painful, muffled groan. He abruptly clutched his chest, his tall body uncontrollably bending over. Jax's expression changed instantly. Sweeping his long arm, he scooped Val into his broad embrace, shielding him tightly. His voice was filled with unconcealable anxiety and brutality.
Val, what's wrong? Damn it, I knew there was something wrong with this kid. I'm going in there right now to cripple him.
No, Jax, that is the mirror.
What mirror? What are you talking about?
Right at this moment, Leo in the interrogation room suddenly moved. He did not struggle, nor did he yell or shout. He simply opened his mouth slowly, his chapped, pale lips beginning to move soundlessly. The speakers in the observation room were dead silent. Leo hadn't made a single sound at all. However, deep within Val's mind, a voice exploded like a crack of thunder. That voice was ethereal and distant, carrying an extreme sorrow that spanned 1,000 years, as well as an almost trembling awe, piercing straight through Val's soul.
I have finally found you.
Val's pupils contracted violently. Along with that call, a powerful mental shockwave directly struck his consciousness barrier. It was some sort of forced connection originating from that fragment of the mirror's core. Val subconsciously wanted to sever this connection. He had an instinctive resistance and disgust towards this mirror. It represented those humiliating years of being manipulated and made a fool of. Faced with the sudden mental connection, Val's heart was filled with instinctive vigilance and extreme resistance. He roared almost hysterically in his mind.
Get out. Do not enter my mind. This is just a clumsy trap. A bait sent by the false god. Do Do you think I would believe it?
But at the very moment Val tried to close his mind off, an immense wave of sorrow and pain surged back through the connection. It wasn't an attack. It was a cry for help. In the interrogation room, Leo suddenly arched his body in agony, his hands clutching his chest in a death grip, as if trying to dig his own heart out. That voice detonated directly deep within Val's mind, filled with extreme agony, even carrying a desperate, sobbing tone.
Please, don't push me away. It's so hot. It's burning my soul. Those people, those men in black robes, they sewed this thing into my body. They killed me once and dragged me back, just to make me find you. Only you can make it stop. Only the fire of the phoenix can appease its wrath.
Those shattered images flooded into Val's mind through the connection. Cold operating tables, scalpels carved with runes, and that scalding bronze fragment forcefully shoved into flesh and blood. Val looked at the boy on the other side of the glass in shock. This child was not an enemy. He was a victim, a pitiful vessel manufactured into a living compass. Looking at Val suddenly stiffened back, Jax, who was completely unaware of the mental connection, felt entirely baffled.
What is he saying? Val, what is he saying?
Val's pupils contracted violently. He read the boy's lips, and even more so, he understood the whispers of that soul. It was an ancient word, a title long lost to this modern world, existing only in the era of myths. A name that Val thought he had long abandoned, long forgotten. Val slowly turned his head, looking at the frantic abyssal lord beside him. His stunning, glass-like eyes still harbored immense shock, yet he seemed to have calmly accepted this arrangement of fate.
He is calling me.
Val took a deep breath, as if using all the strength in his body just to spit out that word.
Phoenix.
Jax froze. Phoenix. This wasn't a code name, nor was it a nickname. This was Val's true name, his glory and curse as the guardian of the Source's power, the former supreme commander of the sanctuary. In this world, aside from Jax and a handful of ancient monsters who survived from the era of great prosperity, no one knew this name. This human boy of unknown origins, he called him Phoenix? Upon hearing this word, a monstrous killing intent instantly surged in Jax's eyes. In extreme fury, those originally pitch-black eyes of his uncontrollably mutated, transforming into the cold scarlet slit pupils belonging to an abyssal demon.
That's impossible. It's too obvious. This is a trap. He's nothing but a reckless assassin tricked by the old man.
No, not an assassin. That was a cry for help.
Before Jax could even react, the lights throughout the entire B.P.A. headquarters suddenly flickered. A massive and oppressive fluctuation of energy spread out in all directions, with the interrogation room as its center. It was the omen of some kind of barrier shattering.